Hey everyone, welcome to A Life with the Echoes and welcome to another episode of Coffee and Tea. So today's topic, as you guys can see, we will be talking about, or rather, we will be reflecting on this year basically. So today is all about reflections. We're going to be talking a little bit about the lessons that we have learned for this past, well, we're still in 2021, but for the year 2021. So that's what the topic is on for today. So I'm just waiting on you guys to come in one, come in all, and let's get talking. Now, let me just say, or a little bit of housekeeping, a little bit of housekeeping before we really get into it. Hubby will join me shortly, probably in about half an hour or so. So hubby will join me in a little bit. So I will start it off and he will join. All right. So welcome to A Life with the Echoes. If you're new here, then we welcome you. If you're a returning subscriber, then welcome back. Now we're going to be doing these live streams as probably as the new year starts. So I'm just going to be chit chatting a little bit with you guys. So as the new year starts, we're going to try to be a bit more scheduled. So we'll try to go live probably twice a week, and we're still not sure on the days. Saturday and probably Tuesday, most likely Tuesday, I believe. We will start going live on Tuesdays and possibly Saturday. But we will figure out the schedule as the year, just before the year starts, we'll let you guys know when we will be going live. But this is officially going to be the last live. Well, we only started doing lives this past month. So in a sense, it will be our last live of 2021. Hi. Yes, hi guys. I can see some people are coming in. Welcome to Life with the Echoes and our coffee and tea segment. So that's the name of our live stream. It's Coffee and Tea, where we discuss different topics as it pertains to family, topics as it pertains to life in general, as it pertains to YouTube and so on. So we're looking forward to next year, which will be in a couple of days. We're looking forward to next year, giving you guys more scheduled content. You guys can let us know some of the topics that you want us to talk about. If you have any topics, feel free to leave it in the comments of any one of our videos, leave it in the comments of this live stream, or leave it in or you can actually email the topic to us. So our email address is lifewiththeechoes@gmail.com, so you guys can feel free to do that. Hi. Welcome. Hi. I see that we have a few people here. So welcome one, welcome all. Welcome. Let me see. Oh, yes. Hi. And I'm still EJ. I think I have it correct. Let me know if it's correct. EJ, right? IJ. Let me know. I've been butchering your name. So let me know the proper pronunciation. I don't know why I just every time I see it, I'm like, what do I say? So I'll say IJ. So yeah, I'll say IJ. Welcome, IJ. Welcome. Guys, keep coming in. If you can share, then share us out. Today we will be reflecting, and I dropped the link earlier. I dropped the link earlier. So at some point in the live, I will invite you to come up and share your own reflections and your own lessons that you've learned um, throughout the year 2021. That's kind of what we will be doing. That's the topic for today. So that's what I'm hoping, that we will get other people to share their lessons, the lessons that they have learned throughout 2021. All right. So, IJ, are you still here? If you're still here, let me know that you're still here. And guys, once you're coming in, let us know where you're looking at us, where you're watching us from. Let us know where you're watching us from. Leave a comment below. Say hi, say hello, and let us know where you're watching us from. All right. So I'm just going to wait for a few more minutes before we get into the topic, before we really start. So this is your time to thumbs up if you haven't thumbs up already. This is your time to thumbs up. If you want to share, you can share us out. That will be greatly appreciated. All right, so I'm just going to wait a few more minutes. Let me just check the comments. Okay. Hi. Welcome, Kay. Welcome, Kay. Nice having you here. Welcome to our live. Today's topic is all about reflections. We're going to be reflecting on the year 2021. As we know, today is the 30th, and tomorrow we will be heading into, by midnight tomorrow, we'll be heading into a new year. Welcome, Amaka. Welcome, Lisha Zone. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Appreciate your presence here. Thank you. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. Much appreciated. Yes, guys. So if you're coming in, make sure that you thumbs up if you when you're coming in. And if you didn't, then you can just go back out, thumbs up, and come back in. And if you can share, then please share us out. It would be greatly appreciated. Now, this is our final live of the year. As I said, we just recently started doing live. This is our third live, I believe, and it will be our final live of 2021. But we're hoping for bigger and better lives to come in 2022. We want to have more structured lives. Thank you so much, Lisha Zone. Same to you. Compliments for the season to you, and a happy new year when it comes. I can say it in advance. So I'm just going to say advance. Greetings in terms of the new year for the new year. I wish you happy, blessed, prosperous, favored, filled new year. Okay, so I wish all God's blessings upon you for the new year. So yeah, so before the new year starts, what better thing than to reflect on the lessons that we've learned for this past year? It's only until we really reflect and think about the year that we're just almost to the end of, then we can really put things in perspective for the upcoming year. So we're just going to be reflecting on some of the lessons we've learned, be it in your family, be it lessons you've learned as an individual. What are some of the lessons you've learned in 2021 as a YouTuber? What are some of the lessons you've learned as an entrepreneur if you do business? So this is an open platform today. We're going to share some of the lessons we've learned, but we're hoping that some of you can come up. I did drop the link earlier. And I think that's the right thing I did. So I'm hoping that some of you can come up. I will drop the link again, so that some of you can come up and also tell us about some of the lessons that you have learned. The link is there. So if any of you, I know sometimes people don't have as much time and you may be just passing through and you want to share something, let me know. If you see the link and you're able to actually click on the link, let me know, and I will bring you in and you can share with us. Or if you want to just leave it in the comments below and I can read it, let us know some of the lessons that you have learned for the year 2021. I know we've all learned lessons. I know we've all had highs and lows. We have all had wins. We've all had losses. We've had successes. We've had failures. So let's chit chat about some of the lessons we've learned through all that we've been through for the year 2021. All right. So yeah, leave a comment below. Let me know. What would you say is one of the biggest lessons you learned in 2021? Let me know in the comment section. What's one of the biggest lessons that you have learned in 2021? I'm going to be checking the comments to see what you said, and I'm definitely going to read it out. So let me know. I see that we have a few people here, so I'm hoping that you would not be shy and let us know. You can type it. You don't have to come up if you don't want to, but you can type it in the comment section and I can see it and I will be able to read what lesson you've learned. So while I wait on somebody to, to break the ice and start commenting in the comment section, I'm going to say one of the lessons I've learned. So honestly, for this past year, I mean, we can all talk about, highs and lows and different situations that we may have been faced with throughout 2021. So for me, I would say that one of the biggest lessons I've learned, or one of the biggest takeaways, and it's not something that's new to me, but it's just always a good thing to be reminded. Because so many times we tend to forget, or so many times we allow life situations to cloud our mind and cloud the way we perceive things or the way we look at things. So one of the biggest lessons that I learned for 2021 is to really trust in God. And I know it sounds like, oh, yeah, we all say that, yeah, we trust in God. But truly, for me, for us, it was really to trust in God. And when I say trust in God, I don't mean just saying trusted in God. As a family, we really had to trust in God. Hi, Stella Y Dynamics, a beautiful lady. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for coming through. Welcome to our live session. This is our third live. So, welcome to Coffee and Tea with Life with the Echoes. We welcome you. Thanks for coming. We appreciate your presence. So today we're talking, or we're reflecting about 2021, and we're basically talking about the lessons that we've learned in 2021. Okay, so we're talking about the lessons that we've learned in 2021, and I was just saying that one of the biggest lessons that I learned, that I can say our family has learned. Oh, yes, exactly, exactly. So Stella Y Dynamics said, have learned to wholly believe in God to take charge. Exactly. And that's along the same thing that I was saying. That's one of the lessons that I learned and that we learned as a family, to really trust in God. And when we say trust in God, just as you said, and I like the way you said that, you said to wholly believe in God to take charge. That is so profound, and that's what I was saying. Not just saying, oh, I trust God. We say it so many times, but do you? It's so easy to say, yeah, yeah, I trust God, but when your back is against the wall, when things are tough, when situations are less than ideal, do you really trust God? Do you really believe in God enough for him to take charge, just as you rightfully said? Do you truly believe in God for him to take charge? Are you able to really let go and let God? Are you really able to hold on and just say, I lean not on my own understanding, rather I trust in God, I believe him, I am going to allow him to lead me in all of my decision makings. I'm going to allow him to direct me. Can we really, really say that? And that is so important. And that is something that we had to learn as a family. We know it. And yes, many times it's not like we don't trust in God, but there are times situations arise and it really makes you to stop and evaluate yourself and say, do I really trust God? Like, do I really trust God with this area? Because if we think about it, there are certain areas that we trust God with. Like, stuff, there's some areas where it's easy to say, yeah, I trust God. But then there's some other areas, those ticklish areas, those areas that are kind of near and dear and sensitive to us, that when time comes, you really have to sit down and say, do I really trust God with this? Do I really trust God with that? Because sometimes, based on situations, we want to do things on our own. We want to jump ahead of God. We want to, just do things, that in our own way, and not to really hold on and trust God. So that was indeed one of the biggest lessons that we learned as a family, and I am still learning, because learning is something that is continuous. So yeah, definitely trusting in God, leaning not on our own understanding, allowing him to take charge, letting go and let God. Those were some of, it's all in one in terms of what the premise is, but those are some of the main things, or one of the greatest lessons that we learned as a family. Thank you so much, Stella. I see that you shared me out. You shared us out. We really appreciate it so much. Thank you so much for sharing us out. Much, much, much appreciated. Much love to you. Thank you so much. Okay, anybody else in the comment want to tell us another lesson that they've learned? So Stella shared her lesson, and it's definitely in tandem, you know, in same line with what I was sharing in terms of us trusting in God. Anybody else wants to share something else? Anybody else wants to share another lesson? Or I'm still new to this live stream stuff. So I did share my link, but I believe I'll have to allow the person in at some point. But if you want to come up, feel free. Hubby is going to join us soon, in a little bit. But in the meantime, or even when he comes, you guys can feel free to jump on the link. I did share the link, and I believe once you click the link, then I have to do my bit in the background. But yeah, if you want to come on, if you want to come up and share and talk, you can definitely do that. If there's any particular lesson that you've learned in 2020, 2021, like something that really stands out to you, something that really, really left a mark and you want to share it, made it, I mean, it could be a testimony essentially, because it might just be a lesson that you learned through your testimony. So yeah, feel free. We have the floor is open and the link is there. So you can feel free to click on it and come up and share with us one of the lessons that you've learned in 2021. Let us know. I see we have a few people in the chat. So I'm hoping that you guys are not shy, that you guys are going to let us know. I'm just going to go through the comments. Okay. All right. So we said that one of the lessons that we've learned is to trust in God. And so another lesson that I can say that we've learned as a family also is to set goals that are achievable. Set smart goals. You know, as a family, you may have so many things that you want to do, so many things you want to accomplish. And with everything that has been happening, everything that's been going on, you know, the pandemic, everybody knows that things are not as they were probably 2 3 years ago. There's so many moving parts going on now. There's so much, not as much as before, but there's still some level of uncertainty, you know, as it pertains to so many different things. So something that we have, yes, exactly. So something that we have learned to do is to set achievable goals. And it's not that, and you know, sometimes somebody may say, oh, but then if you trust God, then you can set, yes, we're going to set you, you're not going to put a limit on the things that can be accomplished, because we know that God can do above and beyond whatever we may ask or think. But rather set goals, even if when you're planning to do things, set goals that are achievable, set smart goals, because you do not want to burn yourself out. So that's something that we had to learn to do, to take things in strides, set goals that are smart goals, set goals that can be attained, you know, set goals that will not put too much of a stress and a strain on you and make it a burden. So whatever you're doing, you want to really sit down and think about what your goals are and make sure that the goals are smart goals, you know, make sure the goals are achievable or attainable goals. So that's something that one of the lessons that we've learned. I mean, it's all good to want to have, like, I mean, to have big plans, and nothing's wrong with that. But even if you have a big plan, there still need to be certain small steps to get to that big plan, right? So take things in strides, you know, make small steps, make achievable small steps so that you can actually get to that big plan that you have. So many times we just want to go from here all the way to there, right? So it's quite important to take everything in stride. So that's something that we learned as a family and even as an individual. That's one of the lessons that we had to learn, to ensure that our goals are achievable, they're attainable, that they're smart goals, ensure that we're not stretching ourselves too thin, because so many times we can do that. We can want to, you know, accomplish big things, and then we stretch ourselves so thin, then you end up being burnt out and so on. Exactly. Baby steps. Just as Stella White is saying, baby steps. She said exactly achievable goals. She said baby steps. And that's the truth. We just need to take our time and take our, you know, make those small goals, achieve, then you move forward. Next goal. Next goal. So your grand plan will consist of small goals to get to that grand plan or that grand goal. So that grand goal will consist of smaller achievable goals to get there. So that's good. That's another good one. Thank you so much, Stella. Thanks, guys. I see that we have somebody else in the chat. Let us know where you're watching us from. If you just joined, don't forget to thumbs up. Let us know if you're here and you want to come up on the live. If you want to say something, let us know and we will give you that opportunity. All right, so Kay Pascal is saying, as a student, I learned how to persevere in the midst of uncertainty. Exactly. And that is so profound. That is so deep. And with the uncertainty, I'm thinking it's all about, just life in general and also with the pandemic. And as a student, I know that students were affected greatly with the pandemic and figuring out online classes, figuring out how to, to navigate this new this new normal in terms of going to school online and having to do so much self-study and self-directed learning. So I know for sure. Yes, exactly. I know for sure as a student, you definitely had to learn how to persevere. You had to learn how to not give up. You had to learn how to push past. These are some of the things I would imagine students had to do and really, really buckle down to get stuff done because this past year or 2 years has not been easy on students and teachers and just the educational system in general, and also on parents because the parents now have to adjust to everything that's going on with their children, with schools, so many things. So it's not just about students, it's students, the faculty, the teachers, the parents, because it definitely takes a whole community in terms of education and the whole process. So yes, you said agreed. It's a marathon and not a sprint. Exactly, exactly. And even going forward for 2022, we have to remember that, right? So some of the lessons we've learned in 2021 is not to learn these lessons and just leave them there. You learn these lessons and then you want to take action. You want to take action steps, with what you've learned to put it into whatever it is that you really took away from whatever you've experienced. You really want to use it as to propel you in 2022. You want to use it as some form of boost right, for 2022. So this is very good what you said. You agree that it's a marathon and it's not a sprint, and that is so important. The moment that we can really realize that in general life is a marathon, is not a sprint, we will be less stressed. And stress is definitely one of our greatest enemies. We will be less stressed. We will learn to enjoy life more. We will learn to really, really understand the importance and the value of life when we realize that life and this life is a marathon and not a sprint. It it takes us to it gives us the idea so many times that it's all about getting this fast and doing this fast and wanting to get there quick. But truly to enjoy life, we have to realize that it's small steps. It is a marathon. It is not a sprint. And that is so important. I love this point that you raised. Indeed, it is a good lesson to learn. And I hope that as you have learned these lessons in 2021, that you will use them to propel you for 2022. So many times we have to keep ourselves in check to know that, okay, we're being too hard on ourselves. So many times we're too hard on ourselves. So many times we allow ourselves to be burnt out and to be stressed out, all because we're trying to run a sprint when truly we're meant to just take life as a marathon. Small steps, consistency, keep going, keep pushing, keep going, and then you will get to that place. You will get that end result. So that's so good. Thank you so much for sharing, Kate Pascal. Thank you, Stella White and Kate Pascal. You guys have shared thus far the lessons that you guys have learned in 2021. Really appreciate that. I know that we've all learned lessons. I know there are some people on the live, they might be quiet, but I know we've all learned lessons. And my advice to you is that whatever lesson that you have learned in 2021, don't let it just stop there. Don't just let it be a lesson learned. Then your question is, or your next thought is, what am I going to do with the lesson that I've learned in 2021? How am I going to use that lesson, that thing, to to make my 2022 better, to allow me to achieve that goal. Probably I did not accomplish that goal in 2021, but I want to accomplish it still in 2022. So then it helps you to rearrange. You may have to do some changing, some shifting, some throwing out this, some prioritizing, changing things up, doing this instead of that. How can these lessons, and this is the thought process I want us to be on. I know many times the new year is coming, so it's new year, new me, and it's the same thing every year. But I really want us this year, as we reflect on 2021, really take the lessons that we've learned in 2021 and see how we can use that as a booster, as some type of something to propel us into 2022 in a meaningful way. All right. So that's my hope for you guys for 2022. That's my hope. My hope is really that we will not just say that we've learned lessons, but that the lessons that we learned will really be used for advancing us in the new year. Amen. Amen, Stella White. Amen. God will surely help us all. It is only by His grace. All of the lessons we learned and all of the plans we have for 2022 and so, only by God's grace will we be able to actually move from this level and, to get to the other level, or to advance, or to grow, or whatever these things, or whatever our dreams are and our aspirations are for 2022. It is only by the grace of God will we be able to achieve those things. And that's why it comes back to our first lesson that we mentioned today, that trust in God. We have to totally, wholly put our trust in God and really allow Him to take charge. That's the only way things can really work. That's the only way we can really have longevity and really have something sustainable in whatever it is that we're going to accomplish. So true, so true. It is all about God first. It is all about putting our trust in God. It's all about letting Him have His way. It's all about Him being the one leading and directing us. So all of the lessons we've learned, we put it in the hands of God and say, God, help us for whatever we've learned for 2020, for 2021. Let us use those lessons and advance to 2022 by your grace. Okay, Lisha Zona Maka, bye. Thank you so much for stopping by. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. All right. So anybody else here wants to share on the lessons that they have learned? Anybody else? Let us know in the comment section. Let us know. Hubby should be joining me rather soon, or joining us, the live stream soon. So yeah, once he does, then we will, once he does, then we'll continue talking a little bit more. I want to know from him what are some of the lessons he has learned. Okay, so let's kind of shift to what about YouTube? I know that we do have some YouTubers here, some content creators. Any of the content creators in the comment section want to share one or two of the lessons that they have learned on this YouTube journey? Any lessons, any takeaway points that you've learned while you've been embarking on the YouTube journey or as a content creator? Let me know. I'm waiting to see in the comment section. Let me know what's one of the lessons that you've learned as a content creator. Because here we're talking about lessons, and as I said in the beginning, we're talking about lessons we've learned as individuals. We're talking about lessons we've learned as a family. We're talking about lessons we've learned as entrepreneurs. We're talking about lessons we've learned as YouTube content creators. So let me know. I'm quite interested to know some of the lessons that you guys have learned as a content creator or as a YouTuber over this past couple months, over this past 2021. While I'm waiting on the, hi, Alimatu, welcome, Alimatu. So nice to have you here. We really appreciate your presence. And thank you for the share out. I see that you did share me out. Really, really appreciate it so much, sister. You're always here and you're always sharing out and always supporting, and we really appreciate you guys. You guys are the best. I really, really, doing lives, it's not an easy task. It's easy to look at people come live, but it's not easy to actually do a live. So We really appreciate your support and just sharing us out and just even being here in the comment section. It's really appreciated. So yeah, so as I was saying, um, thank you so much for liking and sharing. Much appreciated. Yes, thanks so much. Yeah. So as I was saying, so as a YouTuber, Stella Alimato, I'm not sure if you're still around or if I know some people are just gonna be popping in and popping out, that's fine. But if you're here and you're you're a YouTuber, you're a content creator, let me know what's one of the lessons or one of the biggest lessons that you've learned as a YouTuber for this past 2021. I'm quite interested. I'm interested in knowing um yes. Yes, Alimatu, I agree. I agree. It is not easy. So Alimatu said yes, so post is not easy at all. That is so true. It is not easy. Doing lives and just even being a content creator, it is not easy at all. So what are some of the lessons or what's one of the lessons that you've learned? I know we've all had different experiences, and so we've all learned different things through this journey. So I would love to see what are some of the lessons that you guys have learned as content creators in this YouTube space. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Hi, Sam. Welcome, Sam. Welcome. I think I've never seen. Okay. Okay, so this is, I know what this is. Okay. So you know what I need to do? Okay, so we're just gonna keep it pushing, keep it going. All right. So yeah, so any of the content creators, let me know. Let me know you if you want to share. Let me know any of the lessons that you've learned. Let me know. I'm waiting. Don't be shy. And even if you're not a content creator, just let me know the lessons that you've learned. Yes, that's what I'm actually going to try to do. That's what I'm going to do. Just give me 1 minute, okay? Actually, Stella is here, so I'm going to look on. Just give me 1 minute. Okay. Um, yeah. So what I have to do going forward is to give moderator do the whole blue jacket thing. I have to figure that out. Yeah. So I'll figure that out for the next live. All right, I'll figure that out for the next live. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So Stella, let me know what is one of the lessons that you've learned. Let me know one of the lessons you've learned for 20 um yes, for 2021. Let me know one of the lessons. Just give me 1 minute. Let me. Yes, I have to work on getting on making people moderators so they can help me deal with the likes of those type of people who come into your life. So yeah, for sure I'll do that. 1 minute. Oh yes, that yeah, and that's actually one of the points I have here as well. Yeah, that's one of the points I have as well. Consistency is key to this whole YouTube. I mean, consistency is key to anything. Anything that you want to accomplish, you must be consistent. So consistency can be seen or can be a theme in every area of our lives in terms of our good lesson. And so yeah, consistency, definitely. That's big for us as well. That's actually one of the lessons I noted that was important that I wanted to speak about. So thank you. So Stella, you're in the zone because you keep mentioning quite a few of the things that I already have down as well. Um, Hi, Team Reach Travels. Oh wow, so nice to have you on. Wow. Guys, if you guys don't have anyone in the chat, make sure that you connect Team Reach Travels. They're an awesome family. They're close to us in terms of proximity location. So if you guys don't have Team Reach Travels, definitely check them out. They're a family vloggers, family content creators. So definitely check them out. Stella White is an amazing person. She's in the chat as well, another content creator. So you would want to check her out. If you don't have her, definitely head over to her house and check her out. Yes, I also see Birth Self Dynasty. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. We really appreciate you guys coming in, stopping in. I know today's a busy day, so many other places you can be, but you chose to at least come in, like, hopefully thumbs up, and if you can share out the live. So we really appreciate you guys stopping by. So yes, definitely connect. Birth Self Dynasty, I will definitely be checking you out. I've seen you somewhere else before, so I'll definitely be checking you out. But yeah, so if you guys don't have anyone in the chat, ensure that you take a note and ensure to visit their house. Team Reach Travels, Stella White, you want to check them out. Versa Dynasty, just connect. And I think Alimatu, if Alimatu is still here, and even if she is not, you want to check out Alimatu as well. So definitely, yes, thank you so much, Berself. Yes, thank you so much for connecting. I really, really appreciate it, and I will definitely check you out later on. All right. So yeah, so we're basically today we're just reflecting on 2021, talking about some of the lessons we've learned as individuals, lessons we've learned as a family, lessons we've learned as content creators on YouTube, as a business, career, whatever your space is. Definitely we'll be sharing on those the lessons we've learned in those areas. And just before you guys came in, Stella White was mentioning that on YouTube, she's learned to be more consistent on YouTube. And she was rightfully saying that it shows on one's channel positively. And I was definitely endorsing that because we started YouTube earlier this year. Now, I have had a YouTube channel before, like many years ago. Like, I'm talking about when a lot of people were not even doing YouTube. I had a YouTube channel, and it wasn't anything to do with, like, it was just me using it as a platform to connect with people in my space and to. Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much, Team Reese. So Team Reese said, Stella said hello to Team Reese, and Berself Dynasty greeted Stella, and Berself said that she'll be connecting with me. So thank you, and she's shouting out Team Reese as well. And Team Reese is saying that they will connect with Berself and Stella. They'll check out their channels after the live. So thank you so much. Yes, guys, it's all about connection. It's all about us just continuing to support each other in this space. So as I was saying, so consistency is key. And I'm to the point that Stella made, I had a YouTube channel many years ago. I mean, it's still there. I'm just not uploading or anything on it. But I had a YouTube channel many moons ago, like probably 10, 11, 12 years ago. That's like when I started it, because I was of a business venture that I was doing back then. So I used it as a way to continue to disseminate information to to my target audience. And And then eventually I just stopped because I was studying, I was busy, I did not have as much time to be creating content. And so my YouTube channel just like blah. And back then I wasn't like trying to get subscribers or whatever. I was just putting out content, sharing stuff, letting people know when events were, when there were upcoming events and so on. So the channel that I had, I actually had two channels, but one of them was mostly on natural hair care and so. So I do have a platform back in my home country all about natural hair. I do natural hair events in terms I don't do hair, like I'm not like a hairdresser or beautician, but I have a platform for encouraging women to embrace their natural hair and how to care for natural hair and so on. So it was along that line that I had that YouTube channel many years ago. So fast forward all these years later, I've always loved creating content. I always loved doing videos. And it was last year during the pandemic that I was talking to my husband about the fact that I have been putting off. I've been wanting to start back doing my YouTube and so on. And and we were talking a lot about that. Okay, let me pause my story because I see somebody new is here. So 4 hearts, 1 beat. Welcome, 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 my sister. Oh my gosh, so wonderful to have you here on our live stream. I am fine. Thank you for asking. And how are you? And how's your family? And how's everybody? How's my girl? How's everybody? I hope everybody's doing fine. Thank you so much for coming through. Another very supportive YouTuber here. Guys, if you don't have 4 hearts, 1 beat, let me tell you, you guys are missing out. She is definitely someone worth connecting with. So if you do not have her, ensure that you grab her. Thank you so much for sharing me out, 4 hearts. Always, always supportive. So if you guys don't have 4 hearts, ensure that you grab her. Definitely somebody that you want to have in your space. Very supportive. Hi, my darling dear. You are still here. Okay, I see that you're still here in the background. Wow. Okay, nice. Thank you so much. You were here from the beginning. You were here at the very, very beginning. Thanks so much that you're still here. I really, really appreciate you. Thanks so much. Thank you so much, IJ. Thank you. Thank you so much. Guys, if you don't have anybody, connect. It's all about connecting. These are some awesome people in the chat here, some great people who will support you, people who are genuine. So you want to definitely connect with them. If you don't have them, grab them, grab them, grab them. So thank you so much, Stella, for encouraging people to give thumbs up. Really appreciate it. Yes, the family, yes, we're fine. Thank you so much, 4 hearts. We're fine. Hubby is gonna join me soon. He was just tending to baby girl, so I started the live, and he's gonna join me soon. But yeah, thank you guys so much. He's good. Everybody's fine. Right. So as we were saying, so yeah, so my journey to the whole YouTube thing, and as Stella mentioned about consistency. So back then, that channel, I was not consistent. I started it, it was going great, but then eventually I just kind of, school got in the way, studies got in the way, and I just left it to be. So fast forward to 2020, I really wanted to start back YouTube. I spoke to my husband about it. He is, he would say he is a bit shy when it comes to like public speaking and, out there. So for him, he was like, what's this YouTube thing? Like he was so not for YouTube. He was like, what? He was not having it. He did not even he's like it was true. It was through the pandemic that I got him to sit down and we were just binge watching. YouTubers. Like I was showing him like all these people that I follow, because even though I was not creating content, I was following a whole lot of people on YouTube, from all various walks of life, different niches and all of that. So, as I continued to show him and he continued to look, and then he found, other people, content creators like Woody Maya, and he started to follow these people. Like he started to follow them before, like way before me. And some of other people like Ace Live. And during the pandemic, we were like looking at a lot of African-based YouTubers as well. And I guess for him, after me talking about, wanting to go back to do YouTube, because initially I was going to go back to do my same natural hair stuff, a little bit of natural hair, so a little bit of lifestyle vlog. And, I said, well, if you're not, you probably don't want to do that. I'll probably just focus on this niche. But then eventually, as time progressed, he just started to get excited and excited, and because he loves travel, and I guess because he looked at so many travel vlogs, he was just getting excited. And we do a lot of road trips, and so he kept saying, like, I don't know, just something just lit him on fire, and he was just like, oh wow, and he's enjoying these type of content. He said, like, wow, I would love to share these things, because he loves taking pictures. He loves doing these things on the back end, but like putting himself out there, that's the problem. He doesn't want to do that. So yeah. And so fast forward to 2021, middle of 2021, we decided, okay. He's like, okay, I'm gonna do this. He's like, but you'll be the one doing most of it. I'll kind of be in the background. I'm just probably gonna help you, support you with, the technical stuff and so on. But look, he's here now. I mean, he's not here now, but he's very much into the videos. And as we've come together now and we made it all about us as a family, and we've looked at what, how we started and where we are today, consistency plays a significant role, just as Stella mentioned. We looked at our analytics for Vlogmas the whole December, and just as Stella mentioned, consistency definitely affects your channel positively, because the growth, the views, the just the way the analytics love you, because you're consistent. It's been amazing. And as I said, consistency plays a role in every aspect of your life, whether it be your career, whether it be your studies, whether it be, whatever. If it's working out, losing weight, eating healthy, whatever you're doing, consistency is key. So as a YouTuber, consistency is one of the number one lessons we have learned. When you're not consistent, your channel definitely is affected. You see the change in the analytics. So hi, Vicky, great, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much. I appreciate your presence here. Thanks for stopping by. If you didn't thumbs up, don't forget to thumbs up. But we just appreciate your presence. Just you being here is enough. We definitely appreciate you stopping by. You could have been anywhere. You could have been busy doing something else, but just you stopping by is appreciated. So thank you so much, Vicky Great, for stopping by and for coming in. Okay, so Four Hearts said hubby was like that too when I started. He was not into it. Exactly. Like the husbands generally they're last to come on board some of the times. But yeah. So exactly. So hubby was not into it. Like, I'm surprised like with his energy, and so many times he's like, oh, we need to record. We need to, like, he has so much energy and he's so much into this thing now. I'm like, weren't you the one last year saying like, no, why? Like, why? Like, why? Like, I know I'm too shy for this videoing and da 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 da. And then now he's all excited and ready to go. So yeah. And so Four Hearts said, welcome, Vicky. And Vicky Great said, hello, everyone. Hello, Vicky. Thank you for coming. Nice to have you here. Guys, connect. If you don't have anybody, scroll up, scroll down, and see if you don't have anybody, ensure that you connect with that person. We have great people in here. Even for those who might be in the background, we have great people on here. So these are the type of people you want to connect with. These are genuine people, supportive people, people who will have your back. So definitely connect. So Vicky Great, Stella White, Dynamics welcomed you, and Vicky Great said, Four Hearts, happy, prosperous new year in advance, and anyone here. Thank you so much, Vicky Great. Thank you so much. And we wish you the same. We wish you a happy, blessed, prosperous, and favor-filled new year. And may all of your goals and your dreams be accomplished in the year 2022. All right? So God bless you. And thanks for coming again. All right. Anybody else? So Four Hearts mentioned. Four Hearts, let me know, what's one of the lessons you've learned? Let me know in the comment section. What's one of the lessons that you have learned in 2021 as a YouTuber or as a mom or as a wife? Let me know. You're so kind, Four Hearts. Thank you so much. You're so kind. So Four Hearts said, you got beautiful hair. Please share your hair routine one day. Yes, I will do that. I will do that. I actually thought about that some time ago. I was saying, no, I guess ever so often I can sneak in a little bit of my natural hair care type of content with the family. So yes, I will do that. Yeah. So for people who don't know, um, I have been someone who's been very big on natural hair. I started the first natural hair platform in my country, providing that avenue for women to come together and just talk about natural hair, about the highs and the lows of being natural, looking for resources on how to care for natural hair, pointing them in the direction of beauticians or persons or cosmetologists who are really good and understand how to care for natural hair. Not just about the hair, but understanding that natural hair care or hair care, it doesn't have to be like, when I say natural hair, because I'm natural, but hair care in general starts from within. It starts from how healthy you are on the inside, how much you're taking care of your body, of drinking water, and all of those things. So that's the kind of platform that I started back home many years ago, and doing a lot of events around that, around educating people about healthy living and natural hair and how they all go hand in hand, all about holistic approach to your hair and so on. So I will do that one day, Four Hearts, I promise. I will do that. I will definitely do that. Get back into styling natural hair, like do my own thing. So many times I would change style, show people different ways they can wear their hair. I've gotten lazy, honestly, over the past years. I think my hair is honestly at its worst. Honestly, it looks good, yes, but it's honestly at its worst. It's at its worst. My hair has seen much better days. Like honestly, like even my husband mentioned, he's like, "You don't care for your hair like before." My hair has seen much better days, and I am grateful to God that my hair is so faithful, because I have not been faithful to it, and it's still faithful. It still keep, honestly, I need to do better. That's one of my goals for 2022, to actually get back to my place of caring for my hair the way I need to. Just life happens. All right, so I'll do that. Team Reach Travel said I had to step away to take a call. What did I miss? Oh, so Team Reach, what did you miss? So we were talking, and I would love for you to share, chime in. What is one of the lessons that you have learned as a YouTuber? I'm not too sure how long you've been doing YouTube, but what one of the lessons that you've learned in this past year? Stella White mentioned, it was Stella White that mentioned consistency. And I was agreeing with her that consistency is key in every area of life, but especially on YouTube. That even from this Vlogmas, I saw the benefits of being consistent, the positive effect that being consistent had on the channel. So yes, that's one of the main things we just spoke about. And I kind of mentioned my journey to YouTube and the fact that I did YouTube many years ago, first for a very short time and so on. All right, so Four Heart said, thank you very much. Vicky, likewise. And Kay Pascal said, yes, I'm here for the hair videos. Yes, Kay, you will be. Yes, you must say that you're here for the hair videos. I'm waiting for you to do some hair videos as well, Kay. Stella White said, I agree with the host. We need more ideas on natural hair. For sure. I will try to incorporate that in 2022, God's will. I'll try to have at least probably like at least once or twice a month do one or two videos with regards to natural hair and caring for natural hair and so on, and ideas, and trying to dispel some of the myths about natural hair and hair care in general. So I'll definitely try to incorporate that. Right, so Four Hearts One Beat said, I love planning for the whole week, but this year I learned to plan as the day goes by. Oh, yes, that is such a big one. Yes, Full Hearts, that is a major one. I agree with you. I'm such a planner. Like, I love planning. I love planning for weeks to months in advance. And something God has been dealing with me with that for the past couple of years. I've had to learn to really trust God and to also understand it's okay to not have everything in a line, like like plan like so much, like be just overdoing it. So your point is so valid. It's so true. Yeah. I have had to learn that too this past year, that yes, you may have plans, you may want to you may want to accomplish certain things, and so you may have this really stringent plan. I'm going to do this and then, but life throws curveballs, things happen, stuff get in the way, and we have to learn to be flexible, and we have to understand to take things one day at a time. So I agree. You said you love planning for the whole week, but this year you learn to plan as the day goes by. And sometimes we just have to give ourselves that. We have to take it easy on ourselves and understand that. Um, Sometimes every week won't be the same. Every day won't be the same. Things won't always fall in line the way we want it to fall in line. And when it doesn't, then you just roll with the punches. You just keep it moving. You do what you can do, and uh, and then you try to do better next time. So yeah, that's so true. That is so true. I see that um kind of behind. I saw somebody left a comment. I'm gonna try to reach their comment. Let me see. Just give me 1 minute. Um, Let me see. I hope I'm not missing anybody's comment. Okay, all right. So Four Hearts said, okay, before I go on to Four Hearts, hi, Mary Queen. Welcome, Mary Queen. So nice to have you on the live. Welcome to Coffee and Tea with Life with the Akos. Today we're talking, or we're reflecting on 2021, and we're just talking about the lessons we've learned in 2021, be it as a mother, as a parent, as a wife, as an entrepreneur, as a YouTuber, just as an individual. So we're just talking about the lessons that we've learned over this past year. So feel free, Mary Queen, to leave a comment. Let us know what's one of the lessons that you've learned in this past 2021 on YouTube or in life in general. We want to know from you. We want to hear from you. So leave a comment below and I'll read your comment after. Okay, let me know what's one of the biggest lessons you've learned in 2021. Right? And as I've said, no matter what lessons we've learned, it's not just about learning the lesson, but we need to use that as the as a booster. We need to use it to push ourselves, to propel ourselves into 2022 and to do better. So lessons are to be learned, and then when we learn the lesson, then what do? We try to take action to make positive changes, right? So that's what we're talking about today. So Four Hearts One Beat said, I have been natural for 9 years now. Wow, that's good. That's good. That's awesome. It was a struggle when I started, but after creating a simple routine and finding a product that works for me, I am loving this journey so far. Exactly. And what you said there is so important, Full Hearts. It's all about finding a routine that works for you. Because a lot of times, natural hair care doesn't have to be as stressful as some people may think. It's truly finding the routine that works, sticking to the routine, and also finding a product or products that work. And you don't need a whole lot of products because my routine is very simple. So it's all about finding product or products that work for your hair and a routine that works for your hair. And again, being consistent. That's a part that people forget. Just like anything, whether it's relaxed hair or anything in life, you need to be consistent when you're taking care of your natural hair. So that's a good point, Four Hearts. That's good that you've been natural for 9 years. Wow, that's really, really great. I've been natural for a bit more than that. Right now, I can't remember, but I've been natural for a little bit more than that. I've been natural for most of my life. I only relaxed my hair for a very short time, for a few years of my life. And I didn't really, that's a whole other story. That's like a story time as to how I even got to have relaxed hair. It was like a whole mistake. But that's a story for another time. But yeah, I loved my natural hair as a child. And so I always embraced my natural hair. And then I had those few years where a little mistake led me to say, okay, well, let me try this, and tried it for a few years and then said, and went back to being natural. So that story for another time. But yeah, as you said, definitely you want to be consistent with your natural hair. You want to be consistent with everything in life. So thank you so much, guys, for sharing. Thanks so much, Full Hearts, for sharing. Simple routine and a product that works. That's what you need, a simple routine and a product that works. That's one of the main things. Now, I have a message from someone else, and I'm going to read the person's message because the person is watching, but they're not signed in, which is fine. So I'm hoping, I think they're probably still on. So they said that I've learned to not take life and people for granted. And that's another important factor. That's another important lesson, rather. And I thank you so much for sharing, who you are if you're still watching. Thanks so much for sharing. That person says that they've learned to not take life and people for granted. And I actually forgot to even make that point. So thanks so much for saying that. That is actually one of the like the biggest lessons I've learned in 2021, with so many people who passed away, so many deaths, so many, like, on, at least I can think about back in my country, there are so many people who, and not only just in my country, but people that I know that I started the year with and they're not with us anymore. So truly, this is a really big lesson to not take life or people for granted. Ah, yes, 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 yes. I think a lot of us probably, if we really sit and think, that we will all agree that this year, really, at least for me and for us, some of us, it has taught me to not take life for granted, not take people for granted. Wow, that's so true. Oh, yeah, that's so true. Wow. Okay. So thanks so much for sharing. I mean, honestly, like that's like a whole other topic that we can talk about. But truly, it has been a year that's taught me to not take people for granted, to not take life for granted, to give people their flowers while they're alive. That's one of the lessons I learned. Give people their flowers while they're alive. Tell them how much you appreciate them while they're alive. Tell them how much they've blessed you, how much you look up to them, how highly you think of them. Like, just dash it on them. Tell them how much you appreciate them while they're here. Because today you're here, tomorrow you're gone. And it's not like it's something new. It's not like we haven't seen that. I mean, people live, people die. We know that. But to me, it feels like this past year, mm-mm, some of the deaths, some of the people that I know who passed away, it's like they were shockers. Like even now, I'm sitting here and I'm like just thinking about some of the people who passed away, and I'm like, wow, they're really gone. Like it still doesn't seem real. It still seems like nah, So truly appreciating them, and you may think about, wow, I remember one of the persons who passed away, we spoke around now, this time last year. And, she was making a plan to come see me and see the baby. And, we were planning for us to meet up, once COVID kind of, died down, and that we're going to be able to meet, and she'd come to see the baby. And she passed away a couple months later. And to me, I'm still in awe. I'm still like, no, that just doesn't feel real. And so truly, this has been a time, last year into this year, to truly understand the importance of not taking people for granted, to really appreciating people, while they're here, and also living our life, understanding that we cannot take this life for granted. This life is not, it's not ours like that. It's not promised. We're here today, gone tomorrow. So we really, really need to understand and take life, take life seriously, in the sense, like, really, really value the life that God has blessed us with. Understand that, you know, yeah, that we're just passing through. Truly, we're just passing through. Wow. Yeah. Okay, moving on. So Letitia Gordon, hopefully you're still here. Hi, thank you for coming. Blessings to you, Letitia. Thank you so much for coming. Let us know. This is Life with Your Coach. This is Coffee and Talk. Tea and coffee and talk. This is Coffee and Tea Time with the Coach. And we're talking today about, we're reflecting on the year 2021, and we're just talking about the lessons that we've learned. And we've spoken about quite a few lessons. One of the biggest lessons we learned is to trust in God and to not lean on our own understanding, to really truly let things in God's hand, and not just say we trust him, but to truly, truly trust him. And again, this is another one that we just mentioned: consistency. We spoke about consistency. We spoke about not taking people for granted, not taking life for granted. On YouTube, again, consistency. So these were some of the lessons that people have been mentioning that they've learned so far in 2021. So thanks so much for coming. Welcome, Selvin's Kitchen. I see you. I see you, Selvin's Kitchen. Thank you so much for coming. Much, much appreciated. I have seen you, and I have to visit you. Yes, I have to visit you. I've seen you pop up a couple of times, so I haven't forgotten. So Selvin's Kitchen, I have to check you out. Don't worry. Soon, soon, you'll see me. Letitia Gordon, again, blessings to you. God bless you. Thank you so much for coming through. And feel free to share the lessons that you've learned in 2021. Feel free to share the lessons. We really want to hear from everyone. Now, Mary Queen, welcome, welcome, welcome. I think I said welcome to Mary already, but Mary said, I learned to mind my business. My over caring is not producing good fruit. Rather, people, okay, hold on. So I learned to mind my business. My over caring is not producing good fruit. Rather, the people try. Okay. Oh, okay. Turns it upside. Okay. Now I see what you said. Okay. Rather than people. Okay. Okay. So Mary Queen said, I learned to appreciate myself as well and love myself more. I have been this type of person who cares for others first before me, but is now a no-no. All right. Okay, Mary Queen. So you have definitely learned some important lessons. And I think those are lessons that we can all, at some point in our life, we can all resonate with. Minding our own business. Yes, sometimes over caring or caring too much that's a ticklish area. There are a lot of people who are very caring, and then there are times when you have to learn to care, but kind of, it's like not care from afar, but care, but also be aware of of yourself in you care. And you can't give out so much of yourself that you have nothing left, because like you can't give. Like if you pour out everything in the glass, then the glass will be empty. So while you're giving, you also have to be mindful that you're not being drained and sucked dry. And while you are caring, you have to ensure that you're not caring and you're not getting back, or not necessarily getting back that type of vibes, but that you're caring and you're not just being um disregarded or anything like that. So very much important. So many times depends on your personality. You just care. You care. Some people say I care too much, and you care to the point that people take advantage of how much you care. And that's something that you have to be mindful of. You have to set boundaries. You have to care for people, but you also have to set boundaries. You have to know when to say no. And that is true. And that's something that I've learned. I have learned to know when to say no. It's okay sometimes to say no. That is so important, Mary. That it's okay to first care for yourself, because again, as I said, if you keep pouring out, and you're not filling back in that cup, if you're not also caring for yourself, then you're gonna give to the point that there's nothing left to give, and then those same people are just gonna like. I mean, not all the time, but some of the people that you poured out for when it's your time and you need to be refilled, when you need somebody to pour into you, they're nowhere to be found. So it is so important. That is such a big lesson, that as caring as you might be, as caring as we are as human beings, as much as you want to pour out and give out to people, it's very important to set boundaries. It's very important to also care for yourself. You don't care to the point that you let everything go. You pour out your all. You pour out everything, and then you're empty, and then there's nobody to fill you and nobody to pour back into you. So that is so important. And I understand where you're coming from, because I'm a very caring person, and I know there are times that you just don't know how to say no. Over the years, I have had to learn to say no. I've been somebody who I'm not good at saying no to people, or to not helping, or to not caring, or to not doing. Like if I can't do or I can't help them, it's like I have no peace. Like my mind, I'm just like how can I? Like you're trying to turn a situation, and just like you just always want to be helpful or be caring or to show love, because that's just how you are. But sometimes you have to set boundaries. I've learned that an empty cup cannot pour into anything else. So you have to ensure that you take care of you as well. Wow, so that's important. Okay, thank you so much, Vicky Great, for sharing us out. And yes, go ahead and support others. That's what we're all about. I just appreciate you guys coming in. You come in, you thumbs up, you share us out. And then if you have to leave, I totally understand. I totally understand. Much blessings to you. Thanks for coming. We really appreciate the time you spent with us. And hubby is finally here.
I'm finally here.
Thank you. Beautiful.
Wow,
So you can probably
you did so great.
you can probably help me read some of the comments.
Oh,
Let me take a drink.
actually, before I go further with the comment or anything, I would like to say thank you to everybody who is here with us and people who have stopped by earlier.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming through. And you also said that you do hair. You
Well,
have your hair there, but you didn't do anything to me. Look at me.
there's
Look at me.
nothing to be done.
Look at me.
I already told you
You
the
can do a
oils.
better job.
Okay, I'm gonna do better in terms of yes.
Okay,
I will
you
work
have
with
to
the
start with me.
yes.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Baby girl, I already take care of baby girl, but yes, I will work on that.
Okay.
What do you want to do with your hair anyway?
You can do the ponytail. You can do the
Whatever.
style.
Okay.
You can do the side curl. You have so many.
On what? On what hair?
Yeah, you don't see all this hair.
What hair?
A lot of hair here.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so let's get back to some of the
Yes.
comments. Maybe you want to read
Before
that, and then you can continue.
which one?
Because Team Reese been said some from Stella White. Stella White said host time behind the scenes. Thank you, Stella. I know you're here, and we just appreciate you being here.
Yes.
Thank you so much. You've been here from the beginning, and we really appreciate you.
Team Reese, I'm sorry, y'all. Work is work is actually making me work.
I like that one. Work is actually making you work. Okay.
Yeah. This year I learned the importance of not overstretching myself.
Mm-hmm.
I learned that sometimes I have to say no. Yeah.
With
just
love.
Like,
wow.
Yeah, just like someone said earlier.
Just like somebody said. Yes. That's
and
so true.
I'm one of kind of the guy that have to learn how to say no.
Yes. We both.
Yes.
Like,
I have to learn how to say no.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I think I have so much feelings or so much desire to hurt or to help. And then sometimes you hear the story and you're like, oh my God, this is a very life-threatening situation that you want to help. And you try, but sometimes it comes with a cost. It comes with a cost. You just have to know when to say no and take care of yourself first. That just like you say earlier, I think Mary Queen said earlier. Yeah. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to stop altogether what you used to do, because the importance of life is to help others. We live to learn to cohabitate among ourselves, to lift other people up when they are in trouble, to help them out. That's how you live. So don't put yourself completely say, hey, I'm going to stop because of that. It will hurt yourself back.
Right. Exactly.
It will hurt you because you are just limiting yourself. You are just blocking blessing to yourself. Don't stop altogether. But just have a boundary, just like Joanna said earlier.
Exactly. See, so everybody's in the same line here. So yeah, I didn't even see Team Reese mention that, but that's so true. The importance of not overstretching myself. Just like what Mary Queen was saying, it's like if you continue to overstretch or you pour out so much, and if you pour out everything, then there's nothing more to give. Like you complete, or if you stretch an elastic band to the point that it passes limits, then it snaps and it's no good anymore.
But some people are actually born just to do that, to sacrifice everything for other people. That's the mission on earth. I might say, if you are that kind of person, it's good to just go to that limit. Whatever the limit is, just give as much as you can. Giving never hurt really. Sometimes we feel that we give to people don't return to us. People don't appreciate much what we give to them. But one of the greatest lessons I actually learned in this year is to give without expecting anything in return. The moment you give without expecting anything in return, then when anything happens, it doesn't hurt you.
Yeah, because
it doesn't hurt you. You've done your part. The rest is in nature. What you actually send there is in nature. It's going to come back to you one way or the other. It doesn't necessarily have to come from that person. It doesn't necessarily just have to come from a situation you were expecting in which people will help you. But somehow nature or God will do that in due time, that things will come to you in hundredfold or tenfold. So
hundredfold.
Yes, hundredfold, more. And that's what we wish for the new year. More.
Yes.
Things that we dwell on last year, we're not going to be dwelling on them. We're just going to be moving and getting more as we trust God in this process.
Amen.
And as Wafi and so many people say earlier in the comment, God first in everything, and we don't have to worry. He already done the work. He did everything for us. We are just here to reap the fruit. And sometimes we say we're working, we're going to work, we're doing this and that. We should be having this. We don't deserve anything. We don't deserve anything. It's God's grace and mercy while we're here, where we are still here, able to talk and share this moment. So we just have to give him thanks for everything he has done for us and trust the process.
Yeah,
always
trust the process.
Always trust the process.
I think Stella was mentioning that too, and Kay Pascal was mentioning baby steps. So many times we want to jump from here to there, but trust the process.
Trust the process. Okay. It may not come when we want,
right?
But the time God has is always different than
over time, right?
Yes.
All right. So let me read another comment. So I already mentioned Vicky Great was leaving to go support some others. Okay. So thank you so much. And Team Reach Travel says, as far as YouTube goes, I learned to not be so focused on the content itself, and I've learned not to be so focused on the content itself that I'm not having fun with it.
Yes.
When we're just being ourselves and sharing our own experiences, we enjoy the process more. That is so true.
Yes. Actually, this is one of my greatest points of the day.
Yeah.
Doing YouTube is good. It's good sometimes to do what you like. And I actually completely agree with what she said in that comment. He is
the family Team Reach Travel.
Team Reach Travel. Yeah, that's family. I remember.
Insomnia Cookies.
Yeah, Insomnia and Illinois, Chicago, and all that. We've been following you. We tried Insomnia. I don't know if you watched that video.
I think they did.
So
they did. Yeah,
so that's it.
Yeah, they're like, we feel so happy to see that there's like another family in Illinois. At least there. There are other families around.
Illinois, Chicago. Do you guys live in Chicago or you are just in Illinois?
Probably because it sounds like they're probably in Illinois itself, in one of the suburbs. But yeah, we were so excited when we found that there was Team Reach Travels. We're like, oh my God.
And I think we tried that like the same week or the same day.
Yeah, like a couple days, like a day or two after we saw it, we tried it.
Yeah.
So we're so elated to have a family content creators that's close enough to us, because like so many times we're like, oh, we don't know that many.
We don't see that many
in the
content
area
creator in Chicago,
like family content creators. Yeah. So Team Reach Travels.
So as I was saying, so many things play into YouTube in particular. Have fun while you are doing. If you're not having fun, you may be bored at some point and discouraged, and then you start losing interest in what you do. That's one important aspect in YouTube, creating content that we learned this year. And the other thing is, sometimes you may like something, right? We watched a few videos recently, and we started kind of read a little bit the algorithm of YouTube, and we found out that sometimes it's not what you like that is most important. That will make you grow. Is what the audience like.
Yeah, so it's like balancing that is sometimes hard because you want to be true to yourself. So I think it's probably finding content you love to create that the audience also enjoy. I think that's like the best middle ground.
Yes.
You love creating
that content. If you like something and the audience like that, stick to it.
Yeah.
Just find ways to make it better.
Yeah.
Make better what you already do. And that's one of the points I think about YouTube we learned this year.
That's true. Have fun, because I actually have that point down that Team Reach Travels mentioned. Have fun with whatever content, because it doesn't like there's certain content I see it and it looks fun for people, but for us it doesn't suit us. It doesn't suit our personality. But we would enjoy looking at somebody else who creates that content. But we're not going to do just because it might be trending or it might be the thing that's happening. It just doesn't
from
do
time to time
us.
You can do something
that's trending, but it might be something that is good for us.
Yeah.
But certain things we don't like it, we don't enjoy doing those things, so we're not going to create it just because, and then it's just like, oh. So we want to create, just as Team Reach Travel says, create content that you have fun and not focus so much on the views and this. Yes, that's important, but it must be balanced.
It must be balanced.
Stuff you like and stuff people like.
And the audience have to meet somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's where the fun begins. And the more fun you have, the more you enjoy what you do, and the audience.
Exactly.
It's a win-win relationship.
Exactly. Exactly true. All right. So let me read through some comments and then you can continue.
Yes.
So Mary Queen said exactly 100 at Team Reese. since I realized that, the journey has been joyously. Good, Mary Queen. And Team Reese agrees. Yes. So Team Reese Travel says, amen. So true. Thank God for his grace. Amen. So true. So true. And okay. So Team Reese Travel say we actually live just over the border in Indiana. Okay, we know. Yeah, we know that. Yeah, those areas. Yeah. Okay, so we're super close though. So we spend a lot of time in Chicago. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing about it.
Yes. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll keep that.
Go ahead.
No, that's fine. That area is good in terms of
being able to be like on
being able to enjoy Indiana.
2 states.
Yeah, enjoy Indiana, and we generally go to Indiana to get gas
because it's cheaper.
Because it's cheaper there.
Yeah,
and being able to live at the border and enjoy both states basically.
Yeah, so you enjoy that nice, Indiana vibes, and then when you want, you can enjoy the Illinois, Chicago vibes. That's good. I have a cousin who lives in Indiana actually, and she's not too far. It's like an hour. She's further. Yeah, she's further away, but it's like an hour and 45 minutes.
Now 45 to 2 hours.
So almost 2 hours. Yeah, so she's not super far. Yeah. But yeah, that's good. So we feel good to know that you guys are still close. That's good. Far. Not too far. All right. Thank you, Mary Queen. Yes, we will. Yes, thanks. We'll see you back soon again. And Burst of Dynasty, thanks for the thumbs up and everything and keeping things going. Yeah. Saying exactly host. Yes.
Yes.
Good. We're loving the chat. Thank you so much for the comments thus far. Yeah, you guys have been so great supporting us. So any other lesson that you've learned?
So many lessons.
So we want to hear.
So many, but I heard so many people
mention some of those points so far. That we didn't?
One of them is family. This is the time. If before you don't used to spend a lot of time with family, show some love to your family, spend some more time with family, tell them you love them now. Because of so many uncertainty around the world, we can talk about COVID and all the other things that are happening. This is the time to show love to the family, to enjoy time with family, spend more time. I know everybody's busy, we're all trying to do so many jobs just to meet
obligations
and all that, but I think family is about everything. And the more you spend time in family, the more relaxed you will be, the more, less stress you will be about certain things. Sometimes you meet someone who can be sharing something with you, a story with you that will, alleviate that pain on you or whatever that stress can be. So it helps. Family always helps. Particularly in the US, you don't have so many people to talk to. And the people you might have are only your family and few friends. So if you have time, spend more time with family this year. That's what we learned in this year that it helped a lot. And we're trying to replicate the same thing in next year.
Yeah.
Spend more time with family.
The value of family, that cannot be overlooked.
No.
I think really the pandemic really showed you the importance of people and family and friends. And so, because then once you're apart, then you're like, oh my gosh, it's like the person who you're like, oh, this person is so annoying, this person. Then when the pandemic hits and you can't see them for months, then you're like, oh my gosh, what I wouldn't do to see this person or whatever. And then, so yeah, that's so true.
Yes.
Okay, anything else?
Yeah, another point is have a side business.
Oh yeah.
Have a side business. It can be anything. If you like investing, if you like to produce things with your hands, things you can sell. This year and last year, I would say, demonstrated the pandemic. We're still in pandemic. The importance of actually showcasing what you know. Sometimes you have skill set that you don't think will valuable actually will be worth more money to you. But during this pandemic, we have learned the people who produce masks, the people who so many things. If you can do bracelets or whatever that things might be, have a side business that can help you, that can generate side income, because you don't know when with the pandemic what will happen to your job. I'm not saying like someone will lose the job, but it's always good to have something on the side that can help you balance your finances and always have extra money, don't care. So a side business is good, even two if you can have two, or sometimes if your side business grow even more, give you more money than your actual job, you may end up creating a business
altogether.
Yeah. And why not maybe hire us?
But yeah, that's
yes.
so true though. That's true.
A side business.
Yeah, that's something that we
yes.
learned. That side income, that people talk about that second stream of
Second
income.
stream.
That's very important.
Yes.
That I mean, we've always been, we've always talked about business. Like we've always been business minded. Like no matter what our careers are, we've always been, having that desire to have businesses on the side and have second streams of income. So definitely that's important. That's actually, I did not even write that down. I did not even put that to note, but truly that's one that I completely forgot. I missed, but it's a definite important lesson that we learned, the importance of having a second stream of income, the importance of having that side business. Yes. That is so true. That's a good one. Yeah. Okay, any YouTubers in the house still, let us know. If you guys want to share, let us know. If you're still around, I know I know some people are coming in and out. Some people are having, supporting other live streams, which is totally fine. We won't be on here for too long. Just a few more minutes, and then we're gonna jump off. We're still new to the whole live streaming.
Yeah. But you did so great. You did so great.
I tried. So good, yes. But yeah, so we're still here.
Did
for
you figure out what happened to the link? Anyone wanted to
okay. Yeah. So for that, so you can, but we'll have to figure that out after. We'll do a test run to figure out how to get that.
Just in case someone would like to share live,
exactly.
Their opinion.
If you want to share live, if you want to come up, I'll try to share the link again. I shared it earlier, but I'll try to share the link again. If you want to come up, let us know. If you want to come up and share your lessons, the lessons you've learned for 2021. Let us know some of the lessons.
Interesting lessons.
Yeah, I mean, some of them shared some of them in the comments already, and we want to hear more. If you have any lesson, anything that really stood out to you for 2021, let us know. Share it with us. You might be surprised. It might be something that we never thought about, or it might be something that
may help someone.
Yeah, it may help someone. It might be something that that can help someone, or something that can help us.
Yes.
Or something that we probably all agree with. So yeah, feel free to share if you're still here. I see that we still have some people in the house.
Yes.
Anything else that I think?
Yes, YouTube, right?
Yeah.
You guys talk about consistency, which is one of the biggest things we learn. The more you post, the more views you have. But you guys talk about a little bit, brush that up a little bit too, about have a passion for what you do.
Right. Yes.
Love the things. If the love you have for the things will keep you going.
Right. Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
The more you love your things you do, the more people will feel connected to what you do.
Exactly.
And they will come and keep coming.
Oh, something. Now that you said that, one of the things I learned with YouTube, and somebody mentioned too, is to somebody mentioned trust the process. Rome wasn't built in one day. No. So many times, people can get discouraged. So trust the process and don't get discouraged on this YouTube journey. That will be one of the other lessons that we learned. That so many times you may look at your analytics, you may look at your view numbers, your subscribers numbers, and those things, and it can discourage you, or going down or not going. But it can discourage you. But just as one of the other the persons in the chat said earlier, that this life, and they were talking about school and just life in general, that it's a marathon, not a sprint. Somebody mentioned that earlier. And it's the same thing for YouTube. You want to build a sustainable channel. You want to build something that people will connect to, and you want to create content that will continue to serve and will continue to be something that people will want to come back and look more and more. So you need to trust the process. It is a marathon, not a sprint. So many times we get discouraged if we don't grow so fast in 1 year, then we're like, oh, we're going to quit this. Or if you don't achieve this, this number of subscribers and you want to quit, or if you don't get monetized and, a goal that you gave yourself, you want to quit. No, trust the process. Continue to be consistent. Continue to do what you're doing. Yeah, I would say that that's one of the things. So trust the process and trust God. Trust the process. Trust God.
Yes.
God is the one who will give the increase.
And the other thing I want to add to the point of one of the things we planning to work on this coming year, as to in regard to YouTube content, is creativity.
Right.
Sometimes you may have the idea, you do a certain way, it brings you some subscriber, it brings you some view, but if we put a little bit thought process in how we can do it better, how we can learn maybe from other people, how they do the things, the presentation of what we are giving to our viewers, it can just, be like the next video that will like grow on your channel.
Yeah.
Creativity will be one of the most important things that we think we're going to be using on our channel.
Yeah, the importance, the importance of creativity. Yeah. And something, just as you were talking about creativity, something that came to mind is to be teachable.
Yes.
To be teachable. Because so many times, there's so many things to learn about YouTube. Like, no matter what your background is, no matter how many degrees you have or how educated you are in whatever field you are. As I know Deaconess always says that, like, YouTube will humble you. Okay, like the whole understanding the YouTube space, understanding the algorithm, understanding what works. Like, you would say, oh, I'm this, I have this, and so how come I have all this good information and I'm not growing? And then this other person. Truly, it is all about you just trusting the process and being teachable. There's a lot of information out there. There are a lot of people who know more than you. There's nothing wrong with asking. There's nothing wrong with asking somebody for assistance. There's nothing wrong with asking somebody to help you to understand something. Be teachable. Be humble enough to say, okay, I don't know this. Explain this to me. You don't have to have it all figured out. Yeah. So truly being teachable will help you to grow. The more you learn, the more you can grow. You can incorporate those things, and you can grow. So I would say to grow on. One of the lessons we learned is to be teachable. Don't think that you know it all or you figured it out all, because you would hear different. Like, I listened to quite a few of those who educate you on YouTube, and you get to realize that, wow, okay, this person is saying this. Wow, I never knew this. I never understood this. And it doesn't have to be the person with a degree. It doesn't have to be the person. Also, it doesn't have to be somebody who is monetized or somebody who has a big channel. Sometimes the advice you need might come from somebody who has less subscribers than you, or has less views than you, or is not monetized. But just being teachable is an important lesson to grow on YouTube. That's one of the lessons that we've learned as YouTubers. Yes.
Tim Reese says so true.
Exactly.
That's that. And talking about being teachable, being able to approach other people when you have, basically, like you said, other content creator. Don't say that, don't get into this kind of like rivalry of things, like, oh, he's doing about the same thing that I'm doing.
Right.
I don't want to be feeling like competition wise. Right. There is no competition on YouTube.
Everybody have their own space.
Everybody have their own space. Do your things. Reach out if you need help. Reach out if you need help. The person might not want to help you, but you try your best, to approach them to ask for help. That's what you need to do. Anytime you need help, it may be a bigger YouTuber or a smaller YouTuber. As long as you need the help, reach out to those people, and most time they will help you.
Yeah, exactly.
Most of the person on YouTube, the content creator, will help you.
Yeah, they will. And something else that while you were speaking, that came to mind, another lesson we've learned is the importance of being supportive of that support system, the importance of support in YouTube and the whole YouTube journey. And it goes to the same thing, being teachable, reaching out for help when you need, but also supporting others. There is such a blessing with being a supportive person, with not wanting to, pull down others, the crab in the bucket mentality that so many times we hear about or we see. It's truly important to be supportive to others. I think that's one of the greatest lessons I've learned. Being here for the couple months that we've been on YouTube, we have received so much support from people that, and I mean, all these people, I don't know them. Like, I mean, some people we know, your family, your friends, but talking about people who do not know, people who would reach out to you, people who would like your stuff, comment, truly give you good, genuine comments and advice. Honestly, it's like a whole family here on YouTube, and that's one of the things that we've learned, that the importance of that supportive family YouTube type of vibes. It helps with the growth. It helps with you, with just you as a person, like just having people, because I've heard of people being blessed so much by people that they've never met in person. You just never know. So it's really important.
Yes.
Okay, so
any new comment?
Team Reese.
Yes, I learned the importance of support this year too.
Exactly. It's so important. Sometimes, the person you like, some people I've seen, like, there are some YouTubers that I did not know who they were. and I would see this person coming, and they're always on my premiere, and they're always sharing me out, and they're always commenting, and I'm like, who's that? I'm like, okay, this person is new. And then I would go then to visit them, and I'm like, this person has no obligation to me. This person just started liking my videos, commenting, sharing me out. I'm like, almost every time I come, I do a premiere or I post a video, they're there. I'm like, wow. And they're another content creator as well. So I'm like, there is room. There's nothing wrong with supporting others. And I don't like when people behave like, if I support you, it's going to take away from me. Support is free. Like, there's nothing wrong with supporting somebody, sharing. It doesn't cost to share. It doesn't cost to support somebody genuinely. What is for you is for you. Who gonna come to your channel, gonna come to your channel. Who gonna like your content, gonna like your content. There's no reason to be deciding, oh, I'm not gonna share this person on my community. Probably a lot of people gonna like them or whatever. I don't know if people think that way. I hope not. But there's nothing wrong with supporting each other. I mean, I go like subscribing, liking people's content. That's free. Commenting, that's free. That doesn't cost anything. So I believe in support. That was one of the lessons. We saw the benefits, and we try to be supportive. And our goal for 2022 is
to be able to help other people
and to be even more supportive to others. We're not perfect, but we're gonna try to keep, doing our due. Yeah. So we see we have some other people here. Anybody else want to share? We hope that next year, God's will, we're gonna have our live streams more scheduled. Like, we let you guys know the days we go live. We're gonna work that out. On the time we're gonna go live, we're gonna keep it probably around now, but we're gonna let you know the days we're gonna be going live. So you guys can kind of put it in your schedule and your calendar. Also, topics for next year, God's will. Please let us know topics you want us to cover. You guys can send it to us in an email. No, you guys can send it in an email. Our email is lifewiththeacos@gmail.com. So you guys can send it to the email, or you guys can leave it in a comment anywhere. Let us know some of the topics or the areas you guys would like us to cover when we go live. And we're hoping to do more interviews, like have some people on the platform when we go live. So that's something we're going to collaborate with other content creators. Those are some of the things that we would like to see done. I see somebody's in the house. Okay, hey, I'm in the house. Okay, my dad is in the house. Welcome, Pa. Welcome, Papa.
House.
Welcome, sir.
Welcome.
Welcome, Dad. Thanks so much for coming in. Thanks so much for joining the live. Today we're talking about lessons we've learned in 2021. So if there's any lesson that you've learned, Dad, in 2021, let us know. Leave a comment below. Let us know one of the lessons that you learned in 2021. So one of the things that really stood out to you. Yeah. So those are some of the plans that we have going forward. To do more collaborations, do more interviews, bring on some guests who can share their wealth of knowledge. We don't know everything, so we're definitely going to be getting some guests to come on. So that's kind of the area. That's kind of what we're going to be doing. That's the goal. Yeah, that's a plan for 2022. And also, if you're a content creator and we don't know everybody's expertise.
Yes.
So if you're a content creator and you're good in a particular area, or you have knowledge, or you want to share, or you just want to chit chat one of the days, or a topic that you want to discuss, send us an email as well. Let us know what topic you want us to discuss, and we can collaborate, bring you on, and we can, discuss the topic. Yeah. Or if you might be somebody in finance and you want to talk about tips on, becoming more financially secure, let us know. We don't know it all. So let us continue to support each other.
While waiting for our dad to share his opinion with us, let's remind us, our people, like our subscriber and our viewers, some of the points we discussed earlier.
Okay.
And I think our main point, as a family, is God. God first, everything God from the beginning, God to the end. And then we just leave ourselves to God and follow the process and trust the process. As we go through things, we plan. Doesn't mean that you don't plan, you just sit down say that God's gonna do it. we plan, but we always believe just that there is a process God has planned for us, and that we believe in those plans that God's gonna do it.
Amen.
And we always put God first, and from morning to evening is God.
Right.
In everything we do, we always trust the process. Sometimes things might not happen the way we want,
right?
Because God has His plan, and His plan is not the same as our plan. We make our
perfect.
prayer is perfect.
Yes.
Perfect. And sometimes we complain too much. Why this is not happening the way we want? Why we're not seeing the results, right? Because we live in more maybe in the physical world, and the more we probably focus on the spiritual world, we know that God has a plan for us, and that plan will come true.
Okay. That's so true. Yeah, that's one of the lessons. So we're basically recapping. We've been on for a bit, and so a lot of people shared their lessons. So we're just going to recap some of the lessons that were shared before. So if you're now coming in, you're going to get a little bit of the lessons that were learned. We're not going to be on for much longer. We're probably going to be on. We're going to be going within 15 minutes. They're about 15, 20 minutes. Yeah. So So my dad is in the house, as I mentioned. Dad, what's one of the lessons you learned? I'm not hearing you. What's one of the lessons you learned in 2021? Josie Corner, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. She says, hello, everyone. Good evening from my side.
Yes,
good evening to
from
you.
Your side,
yes, so good evening to you as well, from our side. Yeah. So, as Hubby just mentioned, one of the lessons that we discussed earlier was the importance of trusting God, of relying on Him, of leaning on Him, of trusting the process and everything. Another one that we that was mentioned is the importance of the small steps. I remember I said that small goals.
Step. You mentioned the small step.
Yeah.
But before the small step, you have to actually define a bigger goal.
Right. Exactly.
Have a bigger goal, and when you have the bigger goal, the bigger picture, you try to divide those in small steps that you focus on a weekly basis, on monthly basis, or on a daily basis, to focus on those small steps. And always make sure that you actually track back to check if you are attending those goals to meet the bigger plan, to come back to the bigger picture. And the more you focus on the smaller goals, the easier it will be achievable to get to the bigger goal.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
The small goal always work for the bigger one.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's exactly it. So that was one of the second lessons that was mentioned in the comment section. And as somebody mentioned, that, which I like, is that everything, life, things we want to accomplish, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Not the sprint.
So exactly, small goals, little by little, you're going to get there. You have your big grand plan, but small goals.
Small goals.
Another one.
What
else?
Did we say? I was not here, so
okay. So
you talk about your hair, and you said that next time you will be doing a ponytail for me, so I can have hair or fashion on the side.
Was that a lesson?
Oh, okay. Lesson from that. I think it was that consistency. I think you were talking about consistency in the time. But I don't forget the fact that you say you're gonna help me with my hair.
I didn't say that.
Style my hair in a way that would be more fashionable.
I didn't say that.
Consistency. I think consistency in everything. Not only on YouTube, we hear more so on YouTube. Consistency. The more you upload, but the more you work on content and be always there, people will be there for you and remember that you are there. You're trying to connect with them. But if you are not consistent, you show up 3 weeks and then 2 months after no one see you, then they might say, okay, maybe you are not there anymore, and they can look out elsewhere.
But we know life happens.
Yeah, life happens. Things happen. Things slow you down. Life is not perfect. You plan. You have your plan. God has His own. But the best is to always trying to be consistent in everything we do in life. Have a plan. Consistency actually will help you through the smaller steps that we mentioned earlier to achieve the big goal. If you have so many small steps that you have to go through and that you are not consistent in what you're doing, then you're not going to get to the bigger goal. Right. So consistency is very important in everything we do in life in general. Whether you are a banker, you are a doctor, you mason, consistency is key. And that's one of the things we learn about, I believe, YouTube, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So consistency is definitely, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no problem. And consistency is one of the key that we learn, and also have a passion and meet your audience. Check with your audience to see what kind of content they like. You know, and with your passion, most like one of the worst things YouTubers might do is create content that they don't like at all. Maybe because it's trending, but it's not the type of things they actually connect with. But if that's the type of things you connect with, and you check with your audience to see that's the type of things they connect with, you both meet somewhere, and that's a love story.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be a love story.
Exactly. Yeah. So right. So
you enjoy what you do. Your audience enjoy you along the way. They're gonna be following you. Yeah, they enjoy enjoying yeah. What you're doing. They enjoy you enjoying what you are doing.
Right. That's
what you are enjoying. And so that's a love story.
Yeah, so exactly. So that's another lesson that we learned as it pertains to YouTube and so on, and just in general in life. To me, actually, that can actually apply to life in general. You want to do things, whatever you're doing, you want to do things that you're passionate about, things that you love, things that bring you joy. Because there's, you know, it's always good, even while you're working, whatever your career, it should be something that you enjoy. That way, it doesn't feel like a burden or a stress to you. You get joy in whatever you're doing. One of the things that you mentioned, you said the consistency, and you said is all across the board, no matter what, in family and everything. So that was good. Let me stick a pin here. Kenny Pascal actually replied.
Set attainable goal. Don't bite off more than what you can chew. So true.
That's it. See, it's like you were here earlier, because that's exactly what I mentioned earlier, to set attainable goals and don't some Team Reach Travels mentioned don't stretch yourself too thin. Somebody, Mary Queen mentioned earlier, and so did Team Reach, that you also have to be careful about overdoing, like overstretching yourself, of like caring too much. One of them, Mary Queen, mentioned the importance of not, like, you care, yes, but you need to set boundaries, and that's what I mentioned. You need to set boundaries. You can care for people, you don't bite off more than you can chew. You do what you can, because it can definitely have a bad effect on you. We've understood that. Even in this past year, we've seen, like, you know, where you want to do so much for everybody and you start stretching yourself thin, and that's never good. So you want to be, that's one of the things we'll be working on in 2022. We're going to continue to help, continue to be a blessing as God blesses us, continue to be, you know, to help as best we can, but also know when sometimes
have to say no. Have to say no, have to pause, have to, you know, slow down a little bit and check.
Exactly. Yeah. Another point that was mentioned, which is important, I'm not sure if my friend is still on, but he mentioned that, he messaged me, he said he was watching, but he's not signed on. I know he's at work. Is the importance, and we mentioned, you spoke about family, but in terms of not taking life for granted, not taking people for granted.
Not taking, sharing love with people. Tell them you love them now.
Right. Give them their flowers now.
Let them know what your thoughts are. Let them know now what you think about them. Like, in terms of, like, show them love now. You know, because sometimes we wait and say, or maybe in my culture, we don't say much, like, to people, I love you. We love people. We love our friends, our family, and you know, our kids, and so on. But we don't express much the love to them, because we think, you know, the more you say these things, you know, the more they start behaving a certain way. But it's good to let people know, because sometimes people might not know what you are thinking. You know, just like I like to tell this little one here, I'm not in your head, okay? Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to say, so I can understand you better. Maybe the person want to tell you something else too. You might be the one who opened door for them to express themselves. So share love. Let your family know that you love them, and that I know you are there. I love you so much, okay?
Yes, exactly. So that's so true. And like when my friend mentioned, my friend Chris is his name. When my friend Chris mentioned that, it really resonated, because then I was reflecting on the people that we lost earlier this year.
Pandemic, right?
And it was like, wow. Like, you know, like one of the persons I mentioned before, she had plans to meet my baby girl and to come see us and so, and then before you know it, she passed away. Like we spoke last year around now, as I said, and we were making plans to see each other, and then she passed away. So to me, there was so many losses this year in terms of people who passed, that you really realize how, like, you really need to not take life for granted, not take people for granted, like really appreciate life, enjoy life, but also appreciate life, enjoy life, value life, but also show love to other people. Let them know you care. Let them know they mean so much to you. Let them know that you appreciate them, that you see what they're doing. You know, it's so important, and so many times we overlook it. So that was a really good point that was raised by my friend, that I really I resonate with that one so much. Excuse hubby. Hubby's just going to tend to baby girl. So yes, so you guys are stuck with me. But we're almost to the end of the live. We've been just going over some of the lessons that persons have mentioned that they learned. And so if you're new and you want to put you want to let us know one of the lessons you learned in 2021, let us know. Let us know below. And then of course, if you're just coming in, you can always play back the live and you can get all of the different things we spoke about. But yeah, so we're basically rounding up our last 10 minutes or so in the live. So if you have any questions, you guys can feel free to comment below. If you're a content creator and you see somebody here that you do not have, ensure that you check them out, note who they are, and go check out their content. If you're not a content creator and you're someone who's just, you know, looking at stuff on YouTube, also look through the comments and you're going to see some of the content creators that are very supportive, content creators that support us, and you guys can check out their content as well. So it's not only content creators, but if you're an avid watcher of YouTube, if you look at YouTube a lot and you're in the comment section, we have some content creators that you guys can check out. I'm going to call out a few of their names. So you guys will want to check out Josie Corner, great content. You want to check out Stella Y Dynamics. You want to check out Team Reach Travels. You want to check them out. They have really good family content. You want to check out Burst of Dynasty. Mary Queen Longman. Just go back through the chat and you will see their names. Letitia Gordon, great content, very, you know, positive, focused content. You want to check out Vicky Great, Stelvin's Kitchen, Letitia Gordon I mentioned already, Mary Queen Longman I mentioned already, 4 Hearts, 1 Beat, very supportive. So these are some of the content creators that are very supportive to us. And so we want you guys to check them out. Even if you're not a content creator, you guys can check out their content. You guys will enjoy what they're making. So 4 Hearts, 1 Beat, super supportive. Check her out. And any of the others who okay, EJ Tube, you want to check her out as well. Or IJ Tube. I don't know why I keep messing up her name, but IJE Tube. Check her out. She has some really good content as well. So feel free, if you don't have anybody, check them out. Check them out. So we're basically at the end. Hubby is going to come to round off today's session.
Anything else I missed?
No, I was just calling out some of the content creators and telling people that if they don't have them, grab them. And if you don't, you're not a content creator. Burst of Dynasty, I called them already. If you're not a content creator, then you can definitely check out these YouTube channels, right? So they're good people. So check them out. They have good content.
So what else? What was the last one of some of the last?
We mentioned about being great, gratitude. You mentioned about the side business, the importance of the side business.
Very important, especially in this time of COVID uncertainty. We don't know what's going to happen next. We don't know if COVID is going to be over anytime soon. You know, having something on the side always helps. Having extra money.
Yeah, second stream of income.
Second stream of income. Investments. You know, if that's what you like or you are comfortable with, it's good to invest your money. If you know how to do something, like, you know, do something from your hand that you can sell to other people, it's good. If you can sell food.
Yeah, whatever it is.
If you can make food and sell.
Yeah, if
whatever you are, there is someone
who
needs something somewhere.
Service.
Yes,
or you may have the knowledge of something. You can make a course. You can make a course and get it out there. You can market yourself in terms of if you're an expert on something, you want to do that. So these are all important. So yes, T. Reese, you want to read his comment?
Yes, multiple stream of income. I definitely want to establish more of that in 2022.
Exactly.
Yes, you want more.
Yeah.
More to the point that they actually upset. That you say, hey, I don't need to go to that job anymore. You know, I don't need to work for other people, but I'm going to be working for myself. Or I want other people to work for me. Right? We want to be at the point where we are not a borrower, but a lender.
Lenders, exactly.
Yes, we want to be lender. We all want to be lender in 2022.
Yes.
Not a borrower.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
And that is important. Multiple streams of income. That's one of the lessons we learned. You understood the importance of not having to totally depend on one stream of income. With uncertainty, with everything in life, I mean, that should be a goal of ours, to have multiple stream of income. Okay.
Yeah. That's
Kadeen.
Oh, that's Kadeen. Okay, Kadeen say yes, definitely going to start on multiple stream of income.
Yes, and you're not too young. You're not too young. The younger, the better.
Yeah, actually, I understood that. Not only understood that, you know, when I was going through my first year of college or high school and all that, we did not have that opportunity to work while in school. You have that opportunity now. YouTube or whatever, like the internet.
Yeah.
Everything. You have many ways to make money. So go for it. Little sister, go for it.
Exactly. So multiple streams of income. Get that business started. Like, I know so many times we keep planning, saying we will, but it's very important. I really believe in everybody having a second stream of income, having something, some business on the side, some investment, something that's working for them.
Yes.
You understand?
And I'm going to cut you off a little bit. You say something now. Starting is one of the things that stop people from actually starting. Right? Say, oh, I'm gonna start. I'm planning this and that. Sometimes it's good to actually dive into it. Just do whatever it takes. Just do the first thing. Planning is good, but don't focus on the step of the planning. Start what you're doing. Just do your first things, and the other things will follow along as you actually push yourself toward that goal.
Exactly. Because sometimes we wait for the situation to be perfect, and many times there will be no perfect situation. Right? We always say, oh, when the time is perfect, I need to get this and that and that before I can start. And then you hear other stories of somebody saying, oh, I started my business with $50 and just my passion to start. So yes, you have a plan, but everything doesn't have to be to the T to start. You understand? To make that initial step.
Yes.
So you don't have to have everything like all the I's dotted together and the T's crossed just to start. Sometimes it just takes having a dream and having some plan in place and going forward. But so many times we procrastinate until we have everything perfect.
We have so many experiences in this house, right? We're all going to be doing better.
Exactly. Look, Kay Pascal said.
We're going to be doing better this year.
You see? Kay Pascal mentioned the same thing. Got to just do it. Not procrastinate. Exactly. Procrastinator is a killer.
Yes.
Whew, that's a whole other lesson. But yeah.
By the way, Kay Pascal, I love that business. The business you started there. I watched the video recently. We're gonna talk about that later.
Yes, planning is sometimes a form of procrastination. A productive form, one may say. Look at you. Okay, I like that. That's
yes.
So many times we do say, oh, the reason why I have not started, I'm planning. And truly planning is actually procrastination. It's like a productive way to procrastinate. To say, oh, no, I'm planning this, and you're planning for 10 years.
Planning for so long.
And no execution. Just plan with no execution.
And that sometimes we get stuck because of one little thing, which may not be actually a problem, stop us from actually moving forward. And we're just going to say no to all of that. By the end of this year,
by tomorrow,
by tonight, before you get into the new year.
So so these are some of the lessons we learned, and some of the actions we're going to be taking for 2022 to go forward to do better. So so I hope you guys have found this to be somewhat, interesting, motivating, maybe.
Motivational.
Motivational, maybe. inspirational, maybe.
You learn something from it.
Yes.
Not necessarily have to learn something. You have fun.
Yeah, reminder, something that, you know, and a call to action. Maybe it made you remember something. Yes. Hi, Simone. Welcome. This is my friend Simone from all the way from the other side of the world. Okay, not really. This is Simone. And hi, Simone.
Hi, Simone.
We were schoolmates at some point. We were in school together. We were at university together at some point. Hi, Simone. Thank you for coming. I know you're hailing from England, from the UK. So thanks so much for coming, guys. Thanks. Yes, 2022, here we come. So true, Simone. So true. Oh, we have to catch up as well, right? I said before the end of the day, we have to catch up. So we need to do that between today and tomorrow. Okay, Simone? All right.
We say great life, guys. I enjoy it. We enjoy it too.
Yes. And what is important is once you guys enjoy while we enjoy, that brings us joy.
Yes.
You enjoy, we enjoy. Yep. Brings us joy. So thanks, guys, so much. We really appreciate you. Yep. Hubby, take us out.
So thank you so much for stepping by. Thank you for your moment, the time you spent with us, sharing these things that we have learned throughout the year of 2021. And we appreciate the one you actually share with us. We have some great comment here of things that, you know, things we actually, or mistake we have made in 2021 and how we can make better decision in 2022.
Right.
So that was a great moment. And this is the end of our live.
Yes.
If you like it, don't forget to comment on the actual
comment section
and share with your friends.
Yeah, share, guys.
And if you did not subscribe with us, don't forget to subscribe so you can have more of this kind of content with us.
Yes, that's great. Yes, guys. So what hubby said, I endorse. So until next time, thanks again. I just want to say a big thank you for all the content creators who came out, everyone else who came out. We really appreciate you. This live could not have been possible if you guys did not stop by. And people who have been here from the beginning.
Yeah.
IJ, thank you so much. She's been here from the beginning in the background. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And again, one more thing. If you guys have any topics, anybody in particular you guys would like us to, any area you guys want us to discuss for 2022, let us know and we can get persons with that expertise to come on the live, or any topic you guys want us to discuss. We really want to make this really interactive and make this something, you know, substantial. So please don't forget to leave it in the comment or send us an email at lifewiththeacos@gmail.com if you're interested in any topic in particular. So once again, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Kay Pastor says, yes, it was a good one. Looking forward to more great videos in 2022. Thank you so much. And don't forget to share. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Share to a family. Tell people come subscribe. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't cost anything. So please share up the live. Share, even when you're finished now, you guys can share it on your social media. You guys can share it to others and share the channel in general. And don't forget to turn on the post notification. That way, anytime we drop another video, you guys will be notified.
First one.
Yeah, you guys will be the first. Yeah.
All right. Until next time, God bless.
God bless. Bye.
Bye.